All right, welcome back, everybody. You got your bold pal Joe here with some people I don't really know. We're at SPX 2011. This is Jacob, and that's Eden. And I'm going to assume, outside of just being generally awesome,
yes,
you also make comics?
Yes, sir, I do.
Tell me about your comic.
I make comics about sock puppets drinking at a bar that also discuss feminism, abortion, women being exploited by men, a worldwide history spanning genocide for the sake of corporate profit, and anything else that you wouldn't usually find in most comics about sock puppets.
Question. Now, do you intentionally avoid the topics that you would normally find in comics about sock puppets?
Not at all, because I have never read a comic about sock puppets, so I don't even know what that question means.
That's what I'm saying here.
There we go, Joe.
So how long have you been doing your comic?
I've been doing my comics since 2008.
Yeah?
Ever since I read my first indie comics and thought maybe I should do that myself.
Now, had you come to Small Press Expo before you did your own comic?
I did my own comic, and then my first expo was 2010. Like I did 2010, that was my first comic.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
That was the first time I came to actual SPX and had a table. But I couldn't get tables this year because SPX keeps blowing up. It keeps getting bigger.
I know.
Bigger. Yeah, I know. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and better and better. And that's why I couldn't get a table this year. That's why I'm a volunteer.
Do you think it was possibly personal? Like your star burned so bright,
yeah,
they had to shield you from everybody else.
I think there's some behind the scenes things going on where they realized that if I had my own table, I would have brought the realness, and the universe might have collapsed in upon itself. And you know what? Fuck that. We can't have that.
I'm only a sort of member of the staff. You know, I mean, really, I'm like a hey member of the staff, half member.
Yep.
But I can tell you that's absolutely true.
Yep.
They were talking about you for months now.
I've heard stories, I've heard things, but you know what? Whether or not you like the sun shall always shine.
Well, except when it burns out.
Yeah, well, when it burns out, everybody else fucking dies, so who cares?
Well, I think everybody would still care.
Well, they wouldn't care because they wouldn't be there because the sun's dead, so they have no light, no heat, no photosynthesis, and all that shit.
Now, since in this metaphor, you're the sun, right?
Yes.
I got that, okay?
Well, let's go with that.
Would the sun be sad that it died?
The sun wouldn't give a shit because the sun only has feelings that are reflected upon or off of other people. So if there's no one else to realize how badass I am, why would I care if no one else is around or I'm not even here?
Does this take on feelings only being reflected have to do with like your stance on food? Like, do you only like foods if other people like foods?
I only like foods if other people realize that what I think is delicious is important because I want to talk to people and have good conversations and talk about democracy and be happy with who's president.
With pasta? I'm not sure I would follow.
Well, I have friends who are Italian, but I don't want to get into it.
No, that's not.
I don't want to get political.
Well, your comics get political though.
My comics get political, but they're very well thought out and I have a lot of time to consider them.
Right? Do you diagram them ahead of time?
Loose penciling jobs, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Eden, do you do a comic?
Yes, I do. My comic is called They Blamed Eve.
What was that?
It's called They Blamed Eve.
Okay.
It's a compilation of excerpts taken from John Milton's Paradise Lost.
Nice.
And they're all quotes that are taken from Eve's dialogue, and so it's kind of turned into her point of view.
Okay.
And her defense.
Now, your comic has nothing to do with sock puppets.
No, it's not.
Right. You know what? I'm kind of for it. Now, she's doing fine. You know what?
Make sure you hear it.
Maybe
some cool shit
you know
to say.
what?
Make sure you hear it.
Maybe now it's time for the eclipse. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah, Jacob. What about that?
So, how long have you been doing your comic?
I started it earlier this year, actually, and I have been rushing to get it done for SPX.
Yeah? Did you finish it?
Yeah, actually, I'm like on the very last touches, taking it to Kinko's.
Nice.
Gonna get it done.
Luckily, there's a Kinko's right over there.
Yeah, luckily enough.
So this is your first comic.
Yeah, it would be it's kind of my debut comic. It's kind of like it's very obviously feminist, and it's just an alternative point of view.
What inspired you to make a comic?
Well, I don't know. I guess I've always been kind of artistic, looking for a medium to express it through.
Yeah.
I really like it. I like the combination of graphics and narration because I also like to write, but you know, writing stories can sometimes be arduous.
Right.
So,
No, they can be. Comics can be terrible to make.
yeah.
You know, they're fun and abstract, but making them is just the dirt worse sometimes.
Yeah. It
Uh,
can take a long time.
Now, had you been to a show like Small Press Expo before?
Oh, this is my first time here.
Yeah? Have you enjoyed yourself so far?
Yeah, there have been some some really good artists
Yeah.
here. There have been some that aren't so interesting, but there are also some very good artists.
Now, when you see the ones that aren't interesting, do you let them know what's up? Do you stake a claim?
I have considered it.
You know what, sir? As soon as I get back from Kinko's, I'm blowing your boat out the water.
Yeah, I would like to light a match very close to your table.
That's good. I would do that. Just walk around, man.
Yeah.
You know, just let them know what's up. Next year, they're not going to bother showing up.
Yeah.
You're going to thin the herd. And he'll be able to get a table again.
Hopefully we'll have a table.
Well,
We'll have a table.
oh, you're going to let us in?
Next year, fucking right. we'll have
Yeah, good, good. Because, you know, I believe that she makes comments. At this point, I don't know about you. I'm just saying, I can hear the passion in your heart, but all I see is a staff badge. You're just the man. You're the man. You know what?
Hey, I'll settle for being the man, but I make fucking comic books, man.
Well, actually, let me start with you. Do you have like a website where you post art or anything?
You know what? I have a domain name, and I have not actually made the website yet.
Okay, so let's not even bother with it.
No, it's under construction though. It'll
Okay.
be
Tell them what it is anyway.
Yeah, tell us what it is.
well, it's theyblameeve.com.
They blamed Eve.
Yeah.
That's a nice website. Surprised it already wasn't taken, you know?
Yeah, you'd think, right?
That's pretty cool. And you, sir? Mr. Jacob?
I have yourgodhasbetrayedusall.com.
Really? So you both are fans of the long URL?
I don't mind it. Might as well make a statement.
Right.
You know, your God has betrayed us all.
The only problem with making statements in the URL, no punctuation.
Fuck it, there's a punctuation. It's called .com.
Yeah, but there's no keep you commas.
No,
No
you're not allowed to.
hyphens.
Yeah, I suppose the HTML format doesn't allow that.
Not yet, at least.
No, it doesn't.
Hopefully before the sun burns out that we have a chance to make that better.
Before I say I don't care what anybody else is doing, the sun burns out. Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you very much for spending time with me.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the show.